Several people have been asking me about this small town, which is just a little bit northwest of Fort Worth. Hello, my name is Dana Pollard and I'm a real estate agent in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And what I love to do is I like to discover the best cities to live and neighborhoods to live in the state of Texas. So if you are looking for help on narrowing down where to live in Texas, fill out my dream home questionnaire in the link below to schedule a one-on-one Zoom consultation with one of my most fantastic agents. And by the way, we have just launched our Moving to Texas tours, and we're focusing in on two areas to begin with. First, the North Dallas area, which is the Collin County tour, as well as a North Fort Worth tour. So what these tours do is they give you what it would be like to live in those cities. So you get to discover the cities surrounding, like in the Collin County, be Frisco, Plano, Prosper, McKinney, and you get to kind of see the hottest attractions as well as drive through the local neighborhoods to get a feel for the area. So click on the movingtotexastours.com in the link below if you want more information on that, as well as some custom tours if that's of interest to you. Now let's get back on topic with the video. Let's talk a little bit about Haslet. I would not say that it's one of the up and coming cities. However, it is in the regard that there are many new homes being built right now in the city of Haslet. Now the reason I say it's not an up and upcoming city is because the actual square miles is pretty small, and we're not too far away from the Alliance Airport, which means that there's a lot of those square miles is unusable to build on. And there is a small downtown area. It's not a place at which you're gonna go hang out. However, if you want a place to hang out, then you're just gonna go like 6 minutes, maybe 8 minutes, depending on where you live in Haslet, to the Alliance corridor. So don't feel like you have no place to go shopping or grocery shopping or hang out or dining or the movie theater, because it's really just right down the street. As for the city itself, though, it's really known as, the reputation is a country town. So many of the homes, even though they're not featured in this neighborhood, many of the homes in Haslet are on anywhere from 1 to 5 acres. They may not have an HOA, and that's very desirable for many people who want the country life, but close to the city and close to amenities, okay? Now, again, I wanna say that Haslet, I like to call it hodgepodge, okay? So it's not anything like Collin County where it's well thought out, okay? It's hodgepodge, meaning you can have, homes over here and they're beautiful, and then on the other side of the street there may be warehouses, okay? So just kind of think in that regard. But it's definitely a go-to city if you want the country life, or if you want a master planned community at a lower cost than, say, in the hot suburbs, okay? So that's what Haslet has to offer. Now for schools in Haslet, the public schools are Northwest ISD, and Northwest ISD encompasses a very large territory. So it encompasses Haslet, Justin, part of North Fort Worth, and so it's a large district, and they are in the top 15 percentile for test scores according to schooldigger.com. Again, I like to point out that many teachers love working at Northwest ISD because the reputation is that they treat their teachers well, as well as give higher salaries. So if you're a teacher, you may look into Haslet. If you are looking for a little bit of country, but still pretty close to the suburbs of Fort Worth, or maybe you're looking for a new home in a master plan community for a little bit less of a cost, then let me introduce you to Haslet, Texas. Now the best neighborhoods in the city of Haslet, there is no particular order, and it just depends on what you're looking for in a home, which community might hit your hot buttons. But my very, very favorite community we're gonna start out the gate with, and it is like a luxury home community. This neighborhood's called The Vines. It's brand new. So if you are looking for a California style, a modern contemporary style on a large lot, anywhere from like a half acre to an acre lot, this is the community for you. Okay, so I have to mention this community is built by Pentavia Homes. Now listen, the reason why I love these homes so much is because they're at a very comfortable price point considering where Pentavia comes from, okay? So a little bit of background. Pentavia builds luxury custom homes in Westlake, which is the #1 city, in my opinion, in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex to live, but only luxury homes are built there. So what they've done is they will take a $3 million home, and Pentavia has taken that product line and condensed it into a little bit smaller homes, meaning smaller, like 2,300 square feet on up to 5,000 square feet versus starting at 3,500 plus, right, up to 6, 7, 8,000 square feet in Westlake. So I hope you guys are following. Custom home, condensed it a little bit square footage, and kind of made it into a production line with high quality items. So this is why I like this neighborhood in particular, because you can get homes from 8 to 1.2 million versus 2 to 6 million, okay? So if home is your hot button, this might be it. The next community is just right across the street, and it's called Watercress. Watercress is a brand new home community as well, and there are 2 builders there right now, Perry Homes and American Legend Homes. And again, it's a Haslet thing. This master planned community has large size lots. And so if that's what you're looking for, you cannot get this kind of community in Frisco, even though I do love the amenities of Frisco. As far as home and lot size, Haslet has it. Watercress is a very brand new community, and the home prices here go for $600,000 to $900,000. While there are new homes available to build, you have to go off of a pre-planned list, okay? And so you can get a new home, you can build there, and the waiting lists are not long like Frisco and Salina. However, it is all kind of pre-selected for you. So one thing about Watercress that I love so much is that the lots are large here. You can get 1/4 of an acre, and we're talking a master plan community. So I really love that about Haslet, Texas. But this is going to be a really nice community when it's finished out. Watercress will have walking trails as well as a community pool, and it's really nice. I like it. Going across the street is the next community called Terra. Hey guys, again, most of these there are 2 communities that I'm featuring that are not brand new communities, but most of them are new because Haslet is just now booming. It's just now growing, okay? And so Terra is a larger master plan community, and it has an elementary on site as well as a middle school that's about to be built into this community, which will help when it comes to traffic or getting in and out if you have kids. Homes in Terra start at $400,000 and selling up to $700,000. And I like it because there's an elementary school right here in the community. Terra is a great family-friendly community, especially if you're just starting out with kids, because of the on-site schools, the walking trails, the parks, and community pools. I like the family-friendly atmosphere of Terra. And right behind the community is one of my favorite restaurants in Haslet, which Haslet does not have a lot to offer yet, okay? But they do have a really good, it's called Terra, the grill, right there behind the community, and they have a real chef on site. It doesn't taste like your traditional chain restaurants. Next, I want to talk about 2 more new home communities, and then I'm going to talk about some really nice established communities after that. So next up on the list is Caraway. The reason I love Caraway and I wanted to include it on this list is, yes, it's a nice master planned community, but it's one of the few communities that has the mother-in-law suites or the next gen homes, meaning you can have your 3,000 square feet in a home, and then attached to it is like a 1-bedroom suite. Now, they did not include a stove in these homes. However, it has a kitchen, it has a microwave, it has a dishwasher, and you can get a stove put in if you want, with a bedroom, bathroom, and its own garage in many of these floor plans. And so I like this neighborhood for the options of having that additional like apartment attached to the house. Homes in Caraway start at $450,000 and they go on up to $850,000. Oh, and this neighborhood has some of those really nice mother-in-law suites as well. Again, it has a pool, walking trails, and there's a park nearby as well. Next up on the list is Wellington. Wellington is a cute master planned community. It has a lot of new homes in there. Resale is starting to turn over now as well. And they have a whole nother phase coming soon. I'm at the clubhouse in the neighborhood of Wellington. This is a master planned community with a pool, with walking trails, parks, obviously the clubhouse where they host many community events. And there is going to be a total of 1,627 homes because a second phase is being built, which means this is a new home community neighborhood. The prices in Wellington go for $400,000 on up to $700,000. Wellington has an amenity center, a pool, parks, and a lot of open space. There's also some ponds with fountains, so if you want to take your kids out there to go a little bit fishing, not super fancy fishing, but a little bit fishing, you can do that in Wellington. Wellington is also right next to the high school, Eaton High School. The last 2 neighborhoods on the best neighborhoods of Haslet, Texas are all about, they're on 1-acre lots. And so when locals think about Haslet, this is what they think of Haslet. This is what Haslet is known for, is an acre. Next on our list is Zandt Farms. This is a gated community in Haslet, and it's outside city limits actually, so the tax rate is really low here. Also, I love that this neighborhood is a very family-friendly community. It has a pool, some trails, but it's just kind of like in its own little secluded area since it's gated and none of these other neighborhoods are. Homes in Van Zandt go from $500,000 on up to $900,000. And what I love about this community is that all of these homes are on 1 acre lots. Many of these homes do need updated, but again, if an acre is important to you and you choose Haslet because of the acreage, this might make a great fit. Last but not least on this list is Willow Springs Ranch. Willow Springs is known as a luxury community in Haslet. Homes in Willow Springs Ranch are on 1 acre lots and they sell from about $650,000 on up to $1 million. And while luxury in Haslet looks and feels much different than luxury in Frisco or Prosper, it's still considered luxury with homes, you know, $850,000, maybe $1 million. There are just a handful of lots that have new homes built on, but many of these homes were built in like say 95, 2000, 2005, and they're beautiful. You can put your RV out there. Even though there's an HOA, you still have some flexibility with this neighborhood. Willow Springs Ranch as well as Zandt Farms. There's some flexibility even though there's an HOA. The HOA helps keep the neighborhood nice, and yet you can still build a barn or a storage shed in the back, as well as have your RV out there. So I really like this neighborhood. It has a great reputation among locals, so definitely check out Willow Springs Ranch. Again, if you are looking at moving to Texas and you need help from someone who is an expert in the local areas, one thing I would say is our team really focuses on a wide range to help you narrow down where most agents will focus in on a couple of cities in their backyard. We really want to help you out-of-staters move. That's what we specialize in, is helping you move from out of state or just from a long territory. Like maybe you're from Austin or Houston and you want to move to the DFW area. So fill out the Dream Home Questionnaire in the link below to schedule your one-on-one Zoom consultation. And if you're looking at selling a home in Texas, fill out my Sell My Home Questionnaire and I'm happy to help you out. See you next video.